Yeah. Some of y'all might be watching the Ravens game and shit. I ain't watching that shit, bro. I want to talk about Mike Tyson. I want to talk about Mike Tyson being overrated. I don't think Mike Tyson is a top 10 heavyweight of all time. On the list to my right are 10 heavyweights that are better than Mr. Iron Mike Tyson. This live is no disrespect to Mike Tyson. I believe Mike Tyson is a great performer, a superb athlete. He had great knockout power in both hands, great coordination, great reflexes. And Mike Tyson is one of the most interesting boxers, one of the highest grossing pay-per-view boxers of all time. But he is not one of the top 10 heavyweights of all time. Mike Tyson's resume is overrated. Whenever Mike Tyson stepped up in competition, he lost. And the men to my right, they've not only, some of them have beat Mike Tyson in the ring, but they've also beat rivals that Mike Tyson couldn't beat, like in the case of a Riddick Bowe. A lot of casuals, they believe Mike Tyson was much better than what he was, but Mike Tyson he is a boxing historian. He's a genius inside and outside of the ring. And Mike Tyson will tell you himself that he is not on a level of Muhammad Ali. He will tell you that he's not better than Larry Holmes, none of these guys. He will tell you that he's one of the most overrated fighters of all time. So what are y'all thoughts on this? Personally, I do not believe Mike Tyson is top 10 heavyweight of all time. If you really want to dig deep, you could try to knock him outside of the top 20. I would put him in probably the top 20. But his reign was so short. I think he reigned for 3 years? Youngest heavyweight champ ever. But he only reigned for 3 years. KJ, are you Muslim? No. I'm talking about Mike Tyson, bro. What the fuck me being Muslim got to do with it? What you think about Mike Tyson not being in the top 10, LOL? If you in here, make sure you tap in the screen. Mike Tyson, to me, is one of the most overrated heavyweights of all time. He can't hold a candle to Joe Louis. Is Munguia better than Canelo right now? Come on, bro. Come on. Listen. Let's try to focus. We gave Canelo his shine. We know that he's scared to fight Benavidez. Let's move on. LOL says Mike Tyson is overrated. I agree, but why do you think he's overrated? I think he's overrated because I can think of 10 guys who are better than him resume-wise, stylistically, technique. Some of these guys have more focus and discipline than Tyson. But I think Tyson was one of the most marketable heavyweights of all time. And I don't think that I know that because when you look at the pay-per-view all-time records, he's up there with Floyd Mayweather. Mike Tyson is in the top 10 all-time pay-per-views more than once. Mike Tyson is not overrated. Well, come on up and state your claim. Why do you say he's not overrated? All right? That's the thing. Mike Tyson fans are very emotional fans, but this is not really an emotional space. You can get emotional sometimes, but I really want you to explain yourself. I want you to share your thoughts, your ideas. Holyfield is better than Tyson, man. They fought twice. He beat him twice. You understand? Holyfield has fought legends in the heavyweight and beat legends. Holyfield is a guy that got the job done. Now, if you want to talk about Holyfield allegedly being on PEDs, that's something different. What's up, Raheem? Floyd Mayweather and Manny definitely top 5. Yeah, I'm talking about heavyweights, though. Mike Tyson not in the top 10 at all if you want to talk about just straight boxers. But heavyweights, he's not in the top 10. What is Holyfield better at? Holyfield is better at winning. Holyfield beat Riddick Bowe, right? Holyfield beat Mike Tyson. I believe Holyfield beat George Foreman. If I'm not mistaken, I think Holyfield beat George Foreman. Would you put Fury in the top 10? No. Fury got knocked out by an MMA fighter. I couldn't put him in the top 10. What's up? Holyfield fought most of these guys twice. Yep, and he beat most of them at least once. Mike Tyson never beat none of these guys, therefore he's overrated. Yeah, Holyfield beat George Foreman. Mike Tyson ducked George Foreman in his prime. Could Roy Jones beat Tyson in his prime? No, Roy is too small. That's a silly question, Cyborg Skywalker. Roy is a natural middleweight. Mike Tyson is a natural... Really, Mike Tyson is a natural cruiserweight. They forced Mike Tyson to be a heavyweight. I agree, Mike Tyson didn't throw jabs for real. Just rushed you for real. No, that's false. Early in his career, he threw a lot of jabs. but he stopped training, stopped being disciplined, and then he started just trying to walk everybody down. Not a bad list at all, but where you got the Klitschko brothers. I mean, if you want to put them in your top 10, you can go ahead. But the Klitschko brothers, that was the most boring era of heavyweights ever. Nobody was watching that shit. The hell, Tyson destroyed Holmes. Tyson fought Holmes after Holmes had taken like 5 years off. Holmes was retired. Holmes in his prime, Tyson cannot beat him. Holmes literally took years off and then came off the couch because Don King convinced Holmes to come on out and get paid. Everybody knows that Holmes cannot beat Mike Tyson. What if they fought at Cruiser? Roy did go up. No, it doesn't. No, Roy Jones would never beat Mike. Roy Jones, the only reason he could go up is because he was on that stuff, number one. But he could never beat Mike Tyson within Mike Tyson's natural weight class. Mike Tyson was actually a more technical boxer than Roy. He had better defense than Roy. Roy was a guy that he was great at what he did. Very reflexive fighter, very athletic fighter, but that's about it. We got a guest coming on up, so. UK, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? What's
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
What you think about the Mike Tyson list that I got up? Do you think Mike Tyson is top 10 all time?
Yeah, he's one of the greats in my opinion. He was a good fighter.
But how is he one of the greats when he's not even top 10 in his weight class?
Oh shoot! Cause who did he fight? Cause I can't remember. I think he fought good names, but I put him as the great. I don't know.
Hmm? But I'm saying, but look, Mike Tyson, he every time he fought somebody who was great, he lost. When he fought
Yeah.
Holyfield is great, he lost.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
When he fought Lennox Lewis, he lost.
Yeah. You could put him. You put him at the top 10, right? I think you could
No,
put him
these
there.
people, the 10 people that I have on my right, I'm saying are better than Tyson. I'm saying
Ah,
Tyson
yeah.
can't make the top 10 because of his performances in the clutch. He lost all the time.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a it's just a range problem. What do you mean range problem? His resume kind of weak compared to the people on that list. Mike Tyson's resume is weak. Period. Mike Tyson's resume is weak. Period. Why do boxing experts put Fury in the top 10, let alone GOAT status? Tyson Fury is white, so that's going to always help his ranking ability. But not only is it Tyson Fury being white, but Tyson Fury is in one of the weakest era of heavyweights ever, and he's a pretty decent boxer, but he's able to dominate in a very weak era. So they're going to try to overrate him. I feel like Muhammad Ali in his prime could have beat most of these guys. Ali in his prime could probably beat any heavyweight because Ali is the most athletic, most talented heavyweight we've ever seen in his prime. Heavyweights aren't supposed to be able to move like how Ali moved, but
Yeah.
he was a
Yeah.
freak of nature.
Muhammad Ali had the good footwork. He was good.
Great timing, reflexes, boxing ability. Only thing about Ali is he wasn't very technically sound. Larry Holmes, he fought in Ali's style, but he added in a lot of technicality to it. He made the style better. He had better defense, shit like that.
Yeah, Larry Holmes was good too. He had good defense, all type of stuff.
I think Riddick Bowe is underrated, just didn't stay focused. Riddick Bowe, at the end of the day, he fought a lot of the tomato cans that Tyson fought, like Lorenzo Kennedy, Tony Tubbs, fucking what's the other dude? Buster Douglas.
Yeah, Buster
He
Douglas.
fought these guys that Mike Tyson fought, and he beat those tomato cans, but he also beat Holyfield. Mike Tyson never beat Holyfield, and he never beat any top shelf heavyweights. So we both fought the same tomato cans, and we both fought the same champion. I beat that champion, and you didn't. My resume is better than yours. I don't think Mike can beat Wilder prime for prime. I think he can. I think he has much better form than Wilder. There you go if you walking through. No, you are. Bo was never undisputed. Bro, at the end of the day, Mike Tyson, his competition was never like top of the line competition at the end of the day. When he fought top of the line competition, he lost. So any championship belts that he held,
Professional
it
debut.
was
Did
more
he
like
fight
a paper champion.
when he made Mike Tyson made his professional debut? Did he fight a guy was 0-6? I think.
Probably. I don't care about. We all know how. And that's another dude. Tyson beat Holmes and Spinks. He beat an old ass Holmes. Spinks was good competition, but it's not like Spinks was Ali or Spinks was Holyfield or Spinks was any of these all time great heavyweights. Holmes was old, literally coming off of a 3 or 4 year retirement. What's your opinion on Anthony Joshua versus Francis? I guess it's good for the sport, but Joshua, I think he's gonna hurt Francis. I don't know what happened with Tyson Fury, but Francis, at the end of the day, he was getting tired in the Fury fight, even though I think he beat Fury and I think he was robbed. But at the end of the day, Francis, he's not going to be able to deal with a real heavyweight like Joshua with power and a man who's been 12 rounds over and over and over. I don't think Francis is going to be able to really deal with that. I think he's going to take some serious damage in that fight. And Mike did all this at the age of 20. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. He fought a bunch of tomato cans at the age of 20 and became a world heavyweight champion. I give him credit for beating the I forgot to do the name of the guy he beat. Was it Trevor Burbick?
That's crazy.
But I mean, at 19 and 20, he fought a lot of tomato cans to become champion. He didn't fight real opposition. Tyson got exposed by Holyfield. He can't fight on the back foot. I challenge anybody to find me footage of Mike Tyson fighting going backwards or going to the side, really. You don't give him credit for Andrew Galata. Bro, listen. Y'all are bringing up names of people that are on nobody's all-time great list. So how the hell are we gonna give Tyson credit when we're talking about the top 10 heavyweights of all time, top 10 greatest heavyweights of all time? He'll knock you out, boy. Of course. I mean, I'm not. I fight at 154. That's what I'm saying. Like this is a problem with Tyson fans. Y'all emotional. I don't really care about your emotions. I need you to give me a fact. Give me an instance of Mike Tyson doing something great at heavyweight, whereas though you could build a case for him being top 10. The only case that he has for being top 10 is the fact that he was a pay-per-view star, like Floyd Mayweather, but he didn't win top opposition level fights. If Joshua comes in lazy with no jab, and Ngannou might get lucky. After Joshua saw what happened to Fury, he's gonna be completely focused, man. He did what he did. Yeah, he made money. That's what Tyson did. I fight at 140, but I'ma go do 126. Damn, if you could make that cut, that's gonna be crazy. I think you're right. He's
World
overrated. I
class,
never
buddy.
really wrote it down and seen it until now. Yeah, it's crazy. He's overrated as hell. He's overrated as hell. He beat me, but I'm a tomato can heavyweight. Yeah, he would demolish you. If you put Tyson in there with a tomato can or just a pretty good guy, he gonna demolish him. When you put him in there with a guy with some wrinkles, he gonna lose. And there's no disrespect to Tyson. It's just I think that the boxing lore, the history of boxing, they completely overrate this man. They act like this man is like a top 5 fighter of all time, not even just heavyweights. But when you really look close into it, take a deeper look, and you actually look at the box rack, he's not even top 10. Mike Tyson knocked out my old boxing coach. Damn. At least Mike fans are a little less emotional than Canelo fans.
What
That's
about
because Mike fans that he old now and he's not competing anymore. If he was still competing, they'll be as emotional as Canelo fans. I think Mike was messed with when he was younger. I seen your documentary. Yeah, he might have been messed with, man. You never know. He said he was. He said he was. Tyson versus Fury. I don't know, man. I got Mike. Fury was lucky that Deontay Wilder had almost no boxing craft whatsoever. Mike Tyson was great with his defense, his head movement, his footwork, and his youth. So like a prime Mike would probably knock out Fury, but Fury might have been too big. Fury is damn near 300 pounds, so it would have been like an 80-pound weight differential. Remember, Mike Tyson is undersized for a heavyweight. Between 87 and 89, Mike fought good heavyweights. Um, and Tyson, he was so good, so young that he couldn't get. I don't know what y'all talking about. All that so good, so young. Floyd Mayweather was good since he was and a child, and Floyd Mayweather ended out his career 50-0. So this is all excuses. If you want to talk about Mike Tyson not being disciplined, fine. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about whether or not he's top 10 greatest heavyweights of all time. You've heard my arguments. I said no. Fury would paw Mike to death like Lewis did.
Phil there too.
Fury's
He's
not on the
good.
level of Lennox Lewis. What's up, NBA? What you say?
I put Holyfield. He was good too. He beat everybody, I think. But I think he lost to Lennox Lewis.
He might have lost to Lennox, but Holyfield beat Tyson, he beat
Yeah.
Foreman, and he
Yep.
fought everybody too. Tyson could have
Yeah.
fought Foreman, but he didn't.
Yeah. He fought a lot of great names though.
Somebody said great channel, didn't see you on for a while. Agree with a lot of your breakdowns and top 10 lists. Yeah, I'm not. This is the thing, bro, about me and TikTok. So I came back to TikTok because they started paying me again. But once I started posting again, they dropped my RPM all the way down. So basically, what they're saying is we don't really want to see you up here. I think it's because my insights and shit. They don't want me influencing the boxing fans. They don't want me telling y'all the truth. But because they dropped my RPM and I see that it's personal, I'm going to continue to post on TikTok until I die as a way for me to just give him the middle finger. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Foreman greater than Tyson and is not close. Yeah, Foreman is greater than Tyson and is not close. I agree. Foreman is a knockout artist who has more tricks in his bag. Tyson, he just could do the peekaboo style. That was it.
Foreman, now he was a beast. Whoa.
Yeah. Tyson greater than Bo. No. No. How can Tyson? Well, when you say greater, do you mean like sales wise, marketability? Yeah, Tyson is more marketable than everybody on this list except for Ali. I don't even know. I don't know about Jack Johnson. I ain't looking up his numbers for inflation, but Tyson is more marketable than every heavyweight of all time except for Ali. And even that's an argument because Tyson, his fights show up like 3 or 4 times on the top 10 all time pay per view list. So hey, it is what it is. But if you want to talk about great, like skill wise, ability, winning against other great opposition, no, Tyson is not greater than Bo. Tyson lost to Holyfield. Bo beat Holyfield. And they have the same tomato cans on their records, the same Tony Tubbs, the same Lorenzo Kennedys. They have the same tomato cans on their record. Tyson had better power with less than Foreman did. No. I don't believe that Tyson could have beaten Ali in his heyday. Tyson couldn't have beat Ali in his heyday or his whole day, if that's a thing. But in Ali's heyday or his day, that's what I'm gonna say. It would have been Mayday for Mike Tyson. He wouldn't have been able to beat him. Mike Tyson's career is overrated, but he's talented. Yeah, he was super talented. His prime just didn't last that long. Facts. I don't understand how can somebody say Ali is the best when they wasn't even born when Ali fought. So basically, what you're saying is you cannot assess someone to be the best if you can only say people are the best in the era that you're born in. So I'll give you an example of how dumb
Facts.
that sounds. The best transportation ever was those guys on the horses, right? And they couldn't when people started driving in cars. Anybody who was born during the time of a horse, they couldn't say, "Oh yeah, man, that horse that was the best way to get around." I can't speak on the car because I wasn't there. I was 60 years old by the time that shit started getting made. It don't make sense, bro. You have to be able to assess the past, the present, and the future. You can't just say this is the time I'm living in, so this is the best. It makes no sense. Sugar Ray Robinson really is the best ever. He might have been, but Sugar Ray Robinson, no, no. This is the thing about Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray, he got a lot of Sugar Ray had a lot of fights against a lot of tomato cans. He had a lot of fights where he got to fight somebody who he was better than 5 or 6 times, and if he and got to knock him out or beat him 5 or 6 times, you can't do that nowadays. And Sugar Ray got to fight a lot of Caucasians when there was a lot of great black talent around that he was able to duck because of the mob. Tyson was better than Frazier in his prime, and Frazier gave Lee fits in the ring. Tyson was better than Frazier. Tyson was better than Frazier, but Tyson doesn't have anybody like Ali on his resume. Frazier beat Muhammad Ali. Every time Tyson stepped up to fight a heavyweight with wrinkles, he lost. So how could you say Tyson was better than Frazier? Sugar Ray did fight guys over and over. Exactly. You can't do that. That's like Floyd Mayweather fight
Foreman
Arturo
fight
Gatti five
Frazier.
times.
No.
Huh?
George Foreman fight Frazier. Because I
What?
think did George Foreman fight Frazier? Because I think he knocked him out.
Yeah,
George
Foreman fought
Foreman.
Frazier. He demolished Frazier.
Yeah, he really did. That was a
Yeah.
crazy fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not crazy when you think about it. Frazier was undersized just like Mike Tyson, and George Foreman was a huge heavyweight, and he had power in both hands. Mike Tyson, 10 title defenses, um, 10 title defenses in 4 years, undisputed champ, but Bo has one or two defenses. Bruh, when you say title defense, who is he defending against? We talking about all time. Only thing I care about is what was a great heavyweight that people remember that you beat. I don't care about title defense because we know boxing is show business, and they can match you up with a bum. They can match you up with someone who's just pretty good, a pretty decent contender. They can match you up with someone who's very good. That's fine. At what time did Mike Tyson beat another great heavyweight where people was like, wow, all the marbles was on the table. Mike Tyson, he showed up and he got it done. If you could tell me that, then we got something to talk about. NBA dude, get off. He don't know boxing.
Hey, I do know boxing, bro. What you talking about?
I mean, it don't really matter. I wouldn't even be worried about what he talking about in the chat.
Yeah,
I
bro. I
appreciate
watch a
everybody
lot of
saying that they
boxing, man.
like this
I'm
stuff.
young though.
Since we all know every black fighter ducks every black fighter, who did Ali duck? Ali fought everybody. So I don't know what you're talking about. There's a difference between a really good fighter and an elite fighter, and Tyson wasn't elite. Thank you. Ding 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 ding. That's Kyrie from
Patterson,
the nine, bro.
wait till Muhammad Ali got out of his prime, I think, to fight him.
Who?
Floyd Patterson.
No, Floyd Patterson was out of his prime when he was fighting Ali, and Floyd Patterson was undersized to be fighting Ali. Ali tore Floyd Patterson up twice. Mike couldn't help if
Whoa.
he was too many great heavyweights during his era. He said he couldn't help if it wasn't too many great heavyweights during his era. Do you know that George Foreman came out of retirement during Mike Tyson era, and Mike Tyson didn't give him a fight? So you just like y'all just be making stuff up, bro. Evander Holyfield was in Mike's era. They fought. Mike lost both times. He was biting his ears and shit. He didn't. He couldn't make no adjustments. Like, what are we talking about? Lennox Lewis was in Mike's era. Lennox Lewis, some people regard him as one of the best heavyweights of all time. He was in Mike Tyson's era. Mike Tyson lost. And Lennox Lewis was older than Mike because y'all always talk about Mike Tyson was out of his prime. Well, Lennox was older than Mike. So was Lennox Lewis out of his prime when he whooped Mike Tyson ass? Or is it just more excuses because y'all was taught that Mike Tyson was the best? What's up, man?
Yo, what's good?
You think Mike Tyson is top 10 all time?
Uh, we talking about heavyweights or this all time?
You talking about heavyweights. I mean, all time, he not even on the top 10 all time list. But I'm talking about heavyweights. I'm trying to give him a chance to be top 10.
Yeah, I say he top 10 all time. Yeah, heavyweight.
So you don't see the list to my right?
Yeah, I see it.
Do you understand that all of these men have fought other great heavyweights in time and beat other great heavyweights? And some of these men on this list has fought Mike Tyson and beat Mike Tyson as well.
You right. You right.
So I'm saying, how can he be all 10 and I got 10 dudes on this list that are better than him?
Uh, I say he was the 20 years old heavyweight champion. His resume it ain't bad. It's like 50, like it's alright. Plus, when he went to prison, he couldn't fight a lot. So, but
Ali was forced out of boxing for like 3 years because of the Vietnam War. He came back and was still great. He beat George Foreman, a man that Mike Tyson ducked in Mike Tyson's prime. So it's not about the jail. Floyd Mayweather went to jail. It's
oh
not
yeah, you
about
right.
jail, man. It's about
Yeah,
uh you. It's about your ability to perform. Mike Tyson was unable to perform on the biggest stages when it came to him going up against all time greats. I mean, Mike Tyson is the truth though. Like as far as marketability, pay per view, as far as knockouts and stuff like that, he's cool. Like he's just fun to watch. But I don't think he's top 10 all time. And y'all coming up here, but y'all not coming up here talking about no stats.
You got a point.
you got a point about that, though.
Yeah, but
Foreman
between
basically
his
said he
prime,
took
he
away
did
no
fight
smoke
good.
with Tyson when he came back. Yeah, yeah, okay. George Foreman is a guy. When them dudes get old, Foreman, Ali, Frazier, they all say, "Yeah, Mike Tyson would have beat me." You know why? Because they're no longer competing. It doesn't matter. And plus, they want to make the younger black man look good. They want to build up his confidence. That's what you're supposed to do. No, I'm not saying I want. Do I want the video link? I'm saying you don't understand what's really going on. They was ducking Tyson in his prime. Look how long that fight took. Holyfield didn't duck Tyson. Holyfield didn't duck Tyson. He beat him. Lennox Lewis didn't duck Tyson. He beat him. And Lennox Lewis is older than Tyson. So y'all need to make sense. I'm saying Tyson ducked him because Tyson was a man. He could have pushed for the fight anyway. Yo, and Tyson said, since you talking about what fighters said, Tyson said he wouldn't have beat Foreman. Hey, Steph, what's up?
What
What?
up, brother? You hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, I was just gonna say, bro, I just think boxing just so 50-50, bro. You feel me? On any night. That shit can go anybody way, you feel me?
No, boxing not 50-50. It's based off of who has the most skill, who may be bigger that night, who's been disciplined, who's trained, stuff like that. If boxing was 50-50, Mike Tyson would have probably beat one of these dudes on his list. But he
I'm just
never was
talking about it
able
can
to
go
get over the
anybody
hump.
way
He was never
any
able to
given
beat
night though.
another
You
great
feel me?
heavyweight. Think about it. If it was 50-50, he would have won at least once against another great heavyweight, at least one time. But it's not about that. It's about discipline, skills, your ability to adapt under pressure, all of that stuff. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
really
I agree with
50-50
that.
at all.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that's Johnson is Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson is better than Tyson.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Mike would have whooped Foreman. They fought. You seen what Holyfield did to him? Hey, dude. I mean, Foreman
Foreman
did fight back,
shots
but
against Holyfield. Yeah.
Foreman
yeah,
probably would have ran through Mike. Mike Tyson was an undersized heavyweight. Foreman would have probably did the same thing to him that he did to Frazier. How many Hall of Famers did Riddick Bowe fight? Riddick Bowe beat Holyfield. Mike Tyson didn't. Riddick
Mike
Bowe
beat
and Mike Tyson, they
Frazier,
have the
right?
same
I
tomato
ain't gonna
cans
lie. I
under
feel
their
like
skin.
Riddick Bowe beat Tyson too, though. He fought
No, he
that.
didn't fight Tyson.
I feel like he would.
Yeah, I think he
Act like
would have.
that is a 50-50 fight. Really, boy, he was one of the biggest heavyweights, I think. But he was like an inside, tall, lengthy fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know about Gene Tunney, but I didn't put his ass on his list.
Oh yeah.
Oh, James Tony was a
If Mike ain't top 10, neither is Bo. Look, you could take Riddick
Mm.
Bowe out and put in Ken Norton. At the end of the day, Riddick Bowe fought the same tomato cans as Mike. He fought Tony Tubbs, Buster, is he Buster Mathis or yeah, I think Buster Mathis, Tony Tubbs, Lorenzo Kennedy. He fought the same tomato cans as Mike. Only difference is he beat one of the goats that Mike couldn't beat, Holyfield. Riddick Bowe was never undisputed, bro. Y'all talking about undisputed? I'm talking about the competition, the level of competition. Mike Tyson has proven that if you raise the level of competition, he's not going to win. That white guy that lost to him, he lives here in Massachusetts and used to come to my gym. That's what's up. Damn, not my Ravens, KJ. I already knew the Ravens. I ain't watched that shit. I knew the Ravens wasn't going to win. They would never allow Lamar to get no Super Bowl, bro. It's just not going to happen. Lamar, he ain't want to. You have to change up the way you act, the way you dress, all type of stuff. Mike beat Larry Holmes. Mike beat an old Larry Holmes who had been retired for 3 to 4 years. Will Tyson destroy Usyk? I don't know. A lot of these heavyweight right now, the heavyweight era is the weakest that it's ever been, and a lot of these guys have already lost. It's just that the way that sports is going around the world, they don't really care who winning and losing. They just care about pushing narratives. You're a
Yeah.
hypocrite. You say you don't rank Pacquiao pound for pound because he was on that shit. So was Holyfield. Yeah, Holyfield was on that stuff. Holyfield was on that stuff, but at the end of the day, Mike Tyson had opportunities against other guys. It wasn't just Holyfield. Mike Tyson had an opportunity against Lennox Lewis, and Mike Tyson could have beat Holyfield. Mike Tyson got frustrated in the fight. He had a mental breakdown. It wasn't the fact that Holyfield was on the juice, but Mike Tyson could have still outboxed him. Mike Tyson only fought in one style, the Philly shell. I mean, not the Philly shell, the damn peekaboo style. If he would have learned how to fight going backwards, he's more talented than Holyfield. He could have won.
Yeah.
Tyson was done when he fought Lennox. You being serious? How was Tyson done when Lennox is older than Tyson? Are you being serious? Or are you making
Lennox
up
was a
excuses?
late bloomer though. You don't feel like he was?
It
yeah, he
don't
was.
matter. Y'all don't make
He kind
sense.
of
All
do
right.
though.
When you have, do you know why Ali beat Foreman? Because Ali was champion in the world at 22. So by the time he fought Foreman, I think he was 33. He had all type of experience under his belt. So when you have experience like that, when you've been in the game that long,
But
that's
you
an
gotta think
advantage.
about
It's
it
not a
though.
disadvantage. So people talking about, oh, Leonard was a late bloomer. Mike Tyson was champion at 19. He should have the shit on lock. That's how Floyd had it. That's how Ali had. Like they understood. I've been here before. I've conquered before, and I can do it again. So I don't want to hear about all this peaking at different times. All that y'all make excuses because y'all was told Mike Tyson was greater than what he was, bro. Your top five, no Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson is on that list. You see it. It says Johnson. That's Jack Johnson. It ain't Mac Johnson. It ain't Track Johnson. Jack. Nah, like people in the chat be tripping. People don't
That's true.
understand how important your mental is when fighting. Exactly. Mike Tyson, he didn't have it mentally, man.
Yeah, cause
He,
that
he
brain
still was a good
damage.
performer though. I'm not. This isn't about bashing Mike Tyson. I just want to hear a lot of people's reasonings on why they have him top 10 because I don't. Mike could beat you. I hope he could. I fight at 154. I'll pray that Mike Tyson could whoop my ass. I fight
Amateurs,
at
man. I weigh
154.
like a heavyweight, but he probably could whoop my ass. I don't know.
You got me. I'm watching the game. Now, I ain't watching that weak ass game, bro. Lamar Jackson will never be able to win the Super Bowl. Lamar
Facts.
Jackson has not acquiesced to white America. He talks like he's still from Florida. He walks like he's still from Florida. White people don't like that. They will never allow him to win. They would much rather the mixed breed boy win, Patrick Mahomes. That's his life. Mike top 10 because he had made me look at boxing a whole other way. So basically, you saying because Mike
That don't
Tyson
make
affected
sense.
you in a certain way, you're gonna rank him top 10 regardless
No,
of
it
his
don't really
competition
make
and
sense at
whether or not
all.
he's able to
That don't
perform.
make sense. I admit that don't make sense what he said. He
What?
top 10. He top 10 because he made you look at boxing a different way. That don't really make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. He's just saying that. Listen, I'm good. I'm not. I don't care about ranking with observation and objectivity. I care about ranking based on how I feel. That's all he was saying, and that's okay. You got the opportunity to do that, but we don't really respect that over this way. We want to hear stat sheets. We want to hear moments in boxing. We want to hear objectivity. We don't want to hear, well, Mike made my heart feel this way, so that's why I love him. If you love him, go get married to him. I don't know if he married.
Oh yeah, Larry Holmes was like
Yeah.
39 when he fought Mike in his prime. But again, Larry Holmes fought Ali out of his prime, and Mike was getting his get back.
No, Larry Holmes was way, way, way out of his prime. And Larry Holmes didn't want to fight Ali. Ali wanted to stay boxing when he should have hung it up. So it is what
Yeah.
it is. I don't give Larry Holmes credit for beating
Shit,
Ali.
that's the same
I
for
know that
Tyson
Larry
though.
Holmes couldn't beat Ali because when they were
Larry
sparring, Larry Holmes called
in his
Ali out one
40s.
day and be like, because he said he felt like he got the better of Ali, but he didn't understand that Ali was working on a weakness. So Ali called him back in there and said, "All right, let's spar in front of everybody." Ali busted him up. Larry Holmes couldn't beat Ali in his prime, even though Larry is a more technical boxer than Ali. Ali just had it. Like he just was a winner. So no. Larry couldn't beat Ali, and Tyson really couldn't beat Holmes if Holmes wasn't coming off the couch. Holmes had been retired for years. He went into the damn match out of shape, an old man. Holmes got whooped by Tyson, so why Holmes up there so high? Exactly. So y'all not going to pay attention to the context of Larry Holmes not boxing for years, coming out of retirement to get a check. Explain why Buster got a long count against Tyson, the same shit you bash Fury for against Wilder. Bro, it's not about even if Tyson beat Buster Douglas, he don't get credit for that when we talking about top 10 all time. Who the hell is Buster Douglas? Mike Tyson had a chance to shine against Holyfield. He dwindled. He had a chance to shine against Lennox Lewis. He had a chance to try to make a fight with an old George Foreman. The fight never happened.
I'm not gonna lie, Bus Douglas is a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. The fix was in, man. We all know that, yeah, it was a long count, but even if he beats Buster Douglas, that's not putting him in no top 10 because he beat Buster Douglas.
Hell
It's
yeah,
all
but that just
about
go to
sports
show
is
though,
about
everything
rivalry. Sports is
50-50 for
about
him.
Ray Jackson, horrible list. What's horrible about the list, Ray? You say Lennox is ass? Oh yeah, you tripping.
Leonard
You just got an agenda. Explain to me what
or
my agenda
Lennox
is.
was a motherfucking beast.
Yeah, that nigga was
Lennox
different.
Lewis, some people have him as the best heavyweight of all time. What do you mean he's ass?
If you was that man was good.
Tyson was just for the culture. He was never a top 10 heavyweight. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, Mike, you won. I don't got no money or nothing to give you, but you won, man. Do with that what you will. But no, ultimately, Mike Tyson is overrated, guy. I don't know how else to put it. The people in the chat, they don't have no real arguments against it. Hopefully this person coming up has something to say. Yo, Brody. I don't know. It look like he got that Xfinity. Okay, no, he up. He got good internet. Brody, was Mike Tyson the top 10 heavyweight? Yes or no?
Of all time or of like the
Oh,
80s?
of
Or
all time, was he a
no,
top 10 heavyweight?
no. Mike Tyson, don't get me wrong. In his era of the from 1986 to 1988. He
No,
was
86 to 88. I thought you were gonna say 89, but
No,
Basically, he basically had
89
one of the
is
most
when he started to decline. You saw in the fights
right.
against Frank Bruno, he wasn't using the peekaboo as much. His feet were a lot more planted. You
Wasn't jabbing. Yeah, he wasn't jumping up and down on his toes like when he started.
Yeah, as soon as he dropped Kevin Rooney, that's when he started to decline, and then obviously he got knocked out in 1990. But from 86 to 88, Mike Tyson was brilliant. But looking at his career in retrospect of all time, he wasn't that great. The two biggest fights of his career, Holyfield and Lewis, he
He
lost it.
lost.
But people saying that Mike Tyson didn't beat anybody great, I think they're doing him a disservice. He did
Who great
beat
did he beat?
he beat Larry Holmes. Yes, Larry Holmes
Larry
is,
Holmes was coming back off of retirement, bro. He old. I'm talking
Right.
about uh titties, Larry Holmes. You know what I mean? He had them titties, man. His chest was sagging. He's an old man.
I mean,
Out of shape.
that is true. Larry Holmes was, I believe, like 36, 36. Like I think
And he
36.
wasn't. He wasn't 36 like he had continued boxing. He took years off from the sport and was told by Don King, "I got somebody for you to fight, man. Come on out." Don didn't even tell me he fighting Mike, but it wouldn't have mattered. Larry should have stayed retired. It was a setup fight.
True, but Larry Holmes just 3 years prior, he did fight. What's his name? The other guy Mike Tyson knocked out. What's his name? I light heavyweight. What's his name? Michael Spinks. He fought him twice. Had two very close fights with him. And were his only two losses up until that point. He was 40. Remember, Larry Holmes was 48-0 before fighting Larry Spinks twice. And he lost two very competitive fights. And those were his only two losses up until that point. So, was he washed? Kind of. He was kind of washed. But again, it's not really Tyson's fault. He wasn't born in the 70s. He wasn't fighting in the 70s, he was fighting in the 80s. And he beat every champion that was put up against him at his time.
Holyfield was the champion.
I'm talking about the 80s. In the 90s, yeah, that's where he slacked. That where he wasn't like at his peak anymore. Because I don't know, he with the other trainers, he wasn't as good. And
Okay, look, they said I put Marciano on the list and all the legends he beat were past their best. The reason I had to put Rocky Marciano on the list because at the end of the day, if you go back and watch those fights, I watched those fights. Rocky Marciano was an undersized heavyweight, first off, and they were matching him up with older black men, but those men they hurt Rocky and they could have beat Rocky, even though they was past their prime. Jersey Joe Walcott, he dropped Rocky Marciano. I don't know if he dropped him more than once, but he could have beat Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano went undefeated because of his workout regimen. If you look up his workout regimen, he trained like a demon. Every day. Every day he trained hard as hell. He used to go to camp months in advance. That's the only those black men that fought Rocky, even though they was old, if they would have trained that hard, they would have won. None of them did that. So guess what? Rocky ass undefeated, and he's on the top 10 heavyweight all time list, whether y'all like it or not. I watched the fights. Jersey Joe could have beat Rocky. He dropped Rocky in like the first round or the early rounds. Ezra Charles, he really shouldn't have been fighting Rocky. He should have been able to be a light heavyweight and a middleweight champion, but boxing was racial and controlled by the mob, much like how it is today. But anyway, Ezra Charles gave Rocky hell in the ring as well. He could have won, but they didn't because the only difference was the workout regimens. They were more skilled than Rocky, but Rocky he worked out so hard, so he was able to win. Yeah, Jersey Joe was winning until he got knocked out. Facts. Now imagine if Jersey Joe went on a 13-mile run. Imagine if Jersey Joe was working out 6 to 8 hours a day. Imagine if Jersey Joe was going to camp 2 to 3 months early. He would have won. He was more talented than Rocky. So I had to give Rocky his credit for being a hard worker, even though he fought black men who were like 36 and 35 years old past their prime. Mike definitely top five. Hell no, Mike not top five. If Jersey Joe beat Marciano, that would have changed the course of boxing. Yeah, it would have, but he didn't. Marciano hit him with the Suzy Q, I believe. When is the next pay-per-view fight that's going to be highly rated? I don't know. Go ask Canelo. He running from Benavidez, or go ask Tank. They the men. They the guys. Ask Tank. Ask Canelo. When the next time y'all fight? Hey, Mike beat Larry. Stop moving past what I'm saying, bro. I already said Mike beat Larry, but Larry took years off. It's not like, Like I'll give you an example. When Marciano fought Joe Louis, you can't count. It's like that. I don't give Marciano credit for beating Joe Louis. Joe Louis had taken years off, was well beyond retired. He was done. His body looked different. He was no longer. He shouldn't have been competing. He only did it for money. So I don't give Rocky credit for that. But when Rocky fought Joe was still active. When he fought Edgar Charles, these were still active fighters. So it's just different. Foreman gave Holyfield better than Tyson did at 200 years old. Facts. Facts. How good was Foreman at boxing? George Foreman is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, top 5. Mike Tyson is not overrated. Marciano is flat-footed slugger, and Riddick Bowe threw his belts. And Mike Tyson is overrated to me because I don't think he's top 10 all time. I think he's more of a great performer than an actually great boxer.
Wait, where do you have Riddick Bowe?
10.
All-time rating.
10.
Number 2. But he didn't
At
really,
number 10.
aside from like Holyfield, who else did he really beat?
Exactly. That question is my point. Your question is my point. Who did Mike beat? Because Mike Holyfield fought both men. Mike couldn't beat Holyfield on two occasions. Riddick Bowe beat Holyfield. And then when you look at both of their box recs, Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe, they have the same tomato cans on their box recs. They have Tony Tubbs, Buster Mathis, Lorenzo Kennedy. They have the same tomato cans.
Mike Tyson did beat Michael Spinks though, who was the lineal champ.
Wait.
That was
Why?
a good one.
So, my bad. Go ahead. Whoever's talking, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Me and him already.
I disagree with your opinion. Mike Tyson's not top 10. Now, I can see why you say he's overrated because of the highlights on the internet. People look at the highlights, but they don't look at the
But
fighters
did
he
you hear?
fought.
Did you hear my argument though? I ain't say nothing about no damn highlights.
Nigga, I just joined. I just joined. I didn't hear
So,
anything you just
so,
said.
so you saying you can see? All right. Well, let me give you my argument. Then I'm gonna let you go. That way you
All right, all
understand
right.
what
You
my
go.
point is. I don't want you just jumping up here talking out your ass, and then you trying to use that shit as my shit. So I gotta go ahead and
No,
use
I'm
my
just
own
using an
shit,
example.
and
I
then we
was
can
just
use
guessing.
the right
Go
toilet
ahead,
paper
bro.
for the
Go
right
ahead.
shit.
Shit.
All right. All right.
Go
So
About
this
ahead.
is
to
how
go
we're gonna do
down.
this. Mike Tyson, right? No time in his career did he beat another all-time great heavyweight. And there are 10 other great heavyweights that beat other all-time great heavyweights. Thus, I put them above Mike Tyson when it comes to the all-time rankings. Every time Mike Tyson stepped up in competition, fought a heavyweight that could fight in multiple directions, a heavyweight with wrinkles, a heavyweight that wasn't scared, a heavyweight that knew how to jab, he lost. That's my point. Now go ahead and state your point, Colin.
All right. I feel like my opinion. I think he's top 10 of all time or top 5 heavyweights of all time. If after his adopted father, Coach Cuz, if you know Mike Tyson's stories, he lost his mom, dropped out of high school, trained boxing full time. His dad was his boxing coach, adopted father named Coach Cuz. So after he died, Mike Tyson started doing some bad stuff, went to jail. It ruined it. It ruined his motivation. And even Mike Tyson said if Coach Cuz never died, he believes nobody would have beaten him. And I honestly agree. And most of his losses, he was out of his prime. Now, Holyfield, he won fair and square. But rest of the fights,
No, Holyfield was probably on that juice. But let me tell you something, man. Everything that you're talking about, that's Mike Tyson's personal problems. It's sad that Mike Tyson lived such a hard life, but at the end of the day, when we start to do all time ranks, we can't bring up how somebody from the hood, how they got locked up, how they adopted dad died. We cannot bring that stuff up because we're assessing boxing skills, we're assessing wins and losses, we're assessing all time great performances, all time great failures. So we can't say, you know what, Mike Tyson top 10 because if Cuss never died. Well, guess what, Colin? Cuss died. Mike went to jail. Mike did drugs, all of those things. So we can't exactly. Someone said great fighters overcome bad situations. Muhammad Ali was kicked out of boxing for 3 years, came back and got his belts back eventually. Came back and beat George Foreman. Came back and became the number one heavyweight in the world again. Lost his belt again and came back and got the belt. So it's not everybody goes through things in life. Life
yeah,
is
I'm not
hard.
I'm not using that excuses.
So
I'm not. I'm just saying
I'm
those
saying,
new viewers that don't know.
what's your point, man?
No, I'm just saying not everybody knows that. All I'm saying is if Coach Cuz never died, I think Mike Tyson would have been at least the go-to boxing or top 5 at least. My personal
But Cus
opinion.
did die. So now where's Mike Tyson now that Cus did?
I mean, he's still successful, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hell yeah. Mike Tyson, like I said at the beginning of the live, Mike Tyson is one of the most remarkable boxers of all time. Literally, his pay per views, his name is seen on the top 10 pay per view list more than once, like probably 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
He's up there with Floyd and Ali when it comes to marketability. Nobody could take that away from him. He was a phenomenal performer, super athlete, great coordination, great power. You know what I mean? But when we're talking about wins and losses in big moments, going up against great opposition, when we're talking about all-time great rankings, skills, the ability to fight going forward and backwards, shit like that, Mike Tyson is not top 10 to me. That's my
Okay.
point.
It was a great win when he beat what's his name? Larry Holmes. After Larry Holmes beat Muhammad Ali, and then Mike Tyson told Muhammad Ali, when I get older, I'm gonna get his revenge. And he got his revenge from Muhammad Ali. That was a great win. I'm not
Larry
saying
Holmes
that
is
makes him
old.
top 10. I'm just saying like it's a good win by Mike Tyson.
It's a good win, but
Prime by the time they fold.
if Larry Holmes is a good
He
win,
was a
if Larry Holmes is a good win, then what about Joe Louis? When Joe Louis was bald, came back, hadn't fought in years. Uh, the man had health problems and stuff like that, and he had to fight a young Rocky Marciano. Was that a good win? Yeah,
What'd you
Spinks was
say?
his
My
best win.
bad.
If you ask me.
My bad. Go ahead.
I agree with somebody in the chat. They said Spinks was his best win. That was a great win.
That's the only great win I feel like Mike Tyson, like the only like all time great win he has in his.
Yeah, Tony Tucker was a pretty good win, but Tony Tucker hadn't done anything before or since fighting Mike. But if you watch that fight, Tony Tucker, if his career was managed better, he could have been a world champion. He could have went far in the sport, but they was so focused on taking his money. It's sad. So he ended up having to
Well,
What about
retire.
James Bone Crusher Smith?
hold on. The comments are saying, well, Larry Holmes was out of his prime. So could you guys say the same thing when Lennox Lewis beat Mike
Lennox
Tyson? He
Lewis
was
is
out of
older
his
than Mike
prime.
Tyson,
Like
bro.
what?
Lennox
Lennox
Lewis is
Lewis is
older than
older than
Mike.
Mike Tyson.
Mike was
So
Mike was 35. Lennox was like 36. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
he
So
wasn't
so
his
there you
prime.
go.
Neither of them was in their prime. Lennox, don't get me wrong, Lennox was a late bloomer while Mike was an early bloomer, but Lennox was still older than Tyson. Mike
Even
was
Mike was never
even
going to beat Lennox because Lennox had too many tricks in his
stop
bag.
Tommy Morris, David Ochoa. He stopped them guys.
they sparred, right?
who?
Before they fought. Y'all know that, right? I'm pretty sure y'all know that. I don't know. Y'all know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, like back in 1983
It
or
was
so.
prime Mike Tyson. He was beating his ass in sparring.
when prime Mike Tyson was in his prime, that's when Lewis turned pro. I'm pretty sure.
I believe they were the same level.
When Mike Tyson was a younger man than Lennox Lewis, they fought in front of the whole world and Mike Tyson lost.
You said Mike was in his prime?
No, when he was a
No.
younger man.
When
My
Mike was
bad.
younger than Lennox Lewis, they fought in front of the entire world and Mike Tyson lost.
Someone said, "Ain't no Tyson, ain't top 10." I'm just reading the comments. So y'all think Floyd Mayweather's a better boxer than Mike?
That's
Absolutely.
not even a question. Come
No, I
on, bro.
know. I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking your opinion.
Absolutely.
I
If you can find footage,
if we talk
of Mike
about,
Tyson boxing while going backwards, you maybe be able to make a case.
yeah,
Someone made a good point. Someone said Lennox would have been any version of. No, he wouldn't. He would not be in prime Mike Tyson. No, he wouldn't, bro.
I think he
Prime
would.
Mike,
Mike
that
Tyson the
whole
whole
thing
time,
of
bro.
this prime Mike Tyson. What does this even mean? Who did Mike Tyson beat in his prime to cement him as one of the greats? What I think it is y'all
Larry
love the way that he was
Holmes.
knocking people out, but y'all don't really care about his opposition. Like who the hell was he knocking out? Y'all just prime Mike Tyson, man, he was the
What?
best.
yeah.
The
And there's
best
also
because of what?
That's what I
another
started
He
thing.
looking
knocked out
into,
Larry
like who he
Holmes.
fought like a year ago or 2 years ago. That's what I started looking
Come
into.
on.
Yeah, Buster
You know,
Douglas
people.
beat a prime Mike Tyson. Go
You
ahead,
know
tell
what?
him, cool nerd.
Mike Tyson was in his prime from 1987 to 1980, or actually shortly before 1990. And during that time, Lennox had barely become a professional. He just gotten out of the Olympics.
Yeah.
So you really can't talk about would he have beaten that prime Mike Tyson because Lennox was still coming into his own.
Yeah, he was he was in the Olympics and stuff when Mike was in his prime.
Yeah, and Lennox, sorry, lost my wording there. He got into his prime later on, just when Mike started to lose his.
Yeah, I say Lennox probably the best 90s heavyweight.
My point is this. I don't think that Mike Tyson is the top 10 heavyweight of all time. And I think that his fans are enraptured by his power and his highlights. Like you said, Colin, that was a good point. His highlights is what make y'all love him. But y'all don't go back and look at the opposition. Y'all don't go compare the box rec. And y'all don't go and look at the actual performance when it matters most. Anybody can knock out these cab drivers, but what can you do when you put in there with a Evander Holyfield? When you're put in there with a Lennox Lewis? When you're put in there with a Muhammad Ali or George Foreman? What's gonna happen when you're putting there with a Riddick Bowe?
I mean, every boxer has fought bums, but I see your point.
No, I mean I'm
Yeah.
just saying the bums. That's fine. We already know that's boxing. You're gonna fight bums until you get a chance to fight the champ. So that means that your entire career is really based on what you do against the champ. Would you agree with that?
Facts.
Yeah, but I think when Mike Tyson was in his prime, a lot of who he had to fight were B-level champions and old fighters like Larry Holmes who were past their best.
Yeah, that's facts.
Well, actually, the Larry Holmes fight kind of aged well for him because, yeah, he knocked Larry out, and then Larry went on to go the distance with Holyfield and Oliver McCall. They couldn't knock him out. He could.
Bruh, someone in the comments saying Jake Paul ain't fight no bum. Yes, he did. What are you
Bruh, shut
talking
up,
about?
bruh. Who said that? Zahid? Bruh.
Yeah, he said Jake ain't fought no bum.
Paul
Bruh,
fought a
stop
lot
it,
of
bro.
bumps. He fought Ben Askren. He fought Tyrone
Nate,
Whitley. He fought,
Nate
The last
Robinson,
dude he fought was a bum.
he fought a basketball player. Come on
a
now.
basketball player. Get the
A
fuck up
40-year-old
out of here.
basketball player. Come on.
Get
They
out of
troll
here.
him. They troll him. They troll him. They troll
For
him.
Like,
real.
if Jake Paul is going to get anywhere, he needs to fight guys who are on the bum level.
Give me 4 years, I'll
Jake
beat
Paul
Jake
at
Paul.
this point, Jake Paul is more of a WWE circus act kind of thing. Nobody's taking him serious. I also think that they've been lying
Exactly.
about his pay-per-view numbers since his introduction into the boxing world. I think that they lie on his pay-per-views.
Yeah, bro. Remember he called out Canelo. He was saying Canelo wasn't a pay-per-view attraction, but that nigga only sold when he fought Tyron Woodley the second time. He didn't even get over 60K pay-per-view buys, and you're calling Canelo out saying
You
he's not a
know,
pay-per-view attraction.
cocaine is a hell of a drug. Hey,
Bro, I'm not even trying to hate on Jake, but that last pro boxer he fought, bro, if you look at that pro boxer other fights, he looks good. But when he fought Jake, he took a dive, bro. Come on, bro. That shit was staged, bro. Fuck out of
Say
here.
something?
That last,
Can I
you
say
know what I'm talking
something
about? Yeah,
real
yeah,
Yo,
quick
what's
yeah.
up?
so I can go? Yeah, listen, I understand Mike is not your favorite fighter. Cool, that he's not your top 10. But how you saying he didn't fight nobody? Who did Jack Johnson fight?
Jack
Who did,
Johnson.
who did Rocky
Hold
Marciano
hold
fight
up,
in
hold
their
up, hold up,
prime?
hold up.
Oh,
You
shit.
asked me the question. You want me to answer the
Yeah,
question, or you
well,
want me to
there's
ask
a
you a
few
question?
people. Go ahead.
All
Answer it.
right. So Jack Johnson fought and beat one of the greatest heavyweights of all, not even just heavyweight, but one of the greatest fighters, pound for pound of all time. And he beat him on points. You know what his name was?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Sam Langford.
And what division was Sam Langford in? What was his
Sam Langford
original?
fought.
What was his
Sam Langford.
original weight class?
Sam Langford came from fucking
All
lightweights all the way
right.
up to heavyweight.
Okay. So that kills that right there. Now,
No, it doesn't. But
Who did
how does
Rocky
that kill
Marciano?
that? Do you
Because he
understand
wasn't
that
a
Jack
heavyweight.
Johnson wouldn't give the man a rematch and Sam Langford dominated the heavyweight
He
division
wasn't a
and the
heavyweight.
other heavyweights ducked him?
Okay, so if okay, let me say this: if Mike Tyson would have fought Roy Jones and knocked Roy Jones out, would that put him there? Because
I'm
Mike,
talking about, but
he
he
wanted
didn't.
to fight him. He wanted to
First
fight
off,
him.
listen.
When Roy was at
Sam
heavyweight.
Langford is not no damn Roy Jones. Roy Jones was a one-trick pony, but his trick was so damn good.
You know what?
Sam
I agree
Langford is
with
one
you
of the
on
most
that. I
skilled
agree
boxers
with
of
you
all
on
time.
that. I agree with you on that. But when I talk about Roy Jones, everybody get well. Let's move on. Who did Rocky Marciano beat in their prime?
Rocky Marciano didn't beat none of them black fighters in their prime, but at the end of the day, when
Okay,
you watch
thank
the
you.
fights,
So why is he
the
on
only
your list?
reason Rocky The only reason Rocky beat those men, number one, the Joe Louis fight, you could throw it, you could scratch that out. I can't even. That was a shame. That's the same thing that Tyson did with Larry Holmes. But when you look at
No,
Rocky
that's not true.
Marciano
But go
fighting
ahead.
Jersey Joe Walcott and Ezra Charles, Jersey Joe Walcott put Rocky Marciano on the canvas. He could
I
have
know
beat
that.
him, but Rocky was in such great shape. That's the only reason why Rocky was able to win. He was less talented than Ezra Charles and Jersey Joe.
He was
Ezra
less
Charles
talented
took
than all of them.
Rocky Marciano the distance in one of those fights, and I believe another fight he got knocked out. But at the end of the day, those men were more talented than Rocky. Go look up Rocky's workout regimen, and that's the only reason why he beat them. If they
So
worked
you
as hard as
saying
him, they would have won.
so you saying Larry Holmes wasn't more talented than Mike Tyson?
Larry, no, you didn't. Did you hear what I said at the beginning? I said when when Rocky Marciano fought Joe Louis, it could be likened onto when Joe Louis fought. When Mike Tyson fought Larry Holmes, because
No.
those guys weren't even active. They literally came off the couch,
So,
taking 3 and 4 year hiatus from the sport, and then
so
jumping in there with a killer.
I
And
know
it's like
all
you
that.
could just toss it
I
out.
know
You
all
know,
that,
it's
but
not.
You
let
should
me
say
ask you this.
Sandy Lennox
Let me
Lewis
ask you
beat
this.
Mike
So
Tyson.
you saying that old Joe Louis was better than that old Larry Holmes when Larry Holmes beat Ray Mercer after he
No,
lost to Mike
no, I'm
Tyson?
saying it's the same. I'm saying it's the
It's
same.
not
It's the
the
same
same.
damn thing. That's why.
No,
That's
it's
why
not.
when you brought up Marciano, I didn't bring up the Joe Louis argument because it's not an argument. That fight should have never happened. I don't think that
You're
Marciano
right,
could
but he
beat Joe
needed money.
Louis in his prime.
He needed money, so he took the fight because he needed money. Marciano gave him the fight. But my thing is,
Same thing with Holmes.
every fighter that Rocky Marciano beat that was out of their prime, all of them, none of them ever won a fight after that. Larry Holmes came back and beat Ray Mercer
Yeah,
after Mike Tyson knocked him out.
Yep.
that's fact.
Yeah. So he
Yeah,
was
and
better than those fighters
Holyfield
that
and
Rocky
Alden McCall
Marciano beat
defended.
in their
Yep.
prime during the time. And plus, he never really lost before the Mike Tyson fight. You could say
No,
the
they said he
Sphinx.
lost it. They said he
He
lost to
never
Spinks,
really
right?
lost.
Spinks. No,
So for you
he
to put
lost the
Rocky
first
He lost to
CMC fight.
Marciano
Spinks.
in
The
there
second one
and
he
not
should have
Mike
He
won.
lost to
Tyson
Spinks before the fight.
and all that, and another thing, Mike Tyson was a pro before Lennox Lewis even won. He was a title holder before Lennox Lewis even won the fucking gold medal. And yes, he did. He actually knocked Lennox Lewis out in the sparring session.
Yep. That's what I've been
So
saying.
so
Yep.
so so if you
That's worse than if you knock me out in the sparring session and here
but
we are in front of the
but you didn't
public.
let me
Do it
finish.
again.
You didn't let me finish. Wear and
Go ahead.
tear in boxing counts. It's not only your age. Mike been fighting since he was like 18 years old as a pro. So when you say who did he beat, he beat everybody. You can't blame a man because
Guys who
Lennox
around
Lewis
him to
wasn't
beat.
there and Holyfield wasn't a heavyweight. You can't. He beat every heavyweight as a child. He was damn near a kid when he did all
Okay,
that.
cool.
A
Okay, cool.
kid.
Where heavy? Listen, great point. Where heavyweight did Mike Tyson beat? Would you consider to be an
And that's
all-time great talent?
now listen to me.
All-time great. Where heavyweight did Mike Tyson beat on his resume that people are like, yeah, that was one of the great ones?
Well, Mike,
Larry,
I agree with
Larry,
somebody who said Mike Tyson fucked up Mike Tyson. I agree with that part. Now,
yeah.
I'm not saying that.
yeah,
I'm
he
not.
did
Listen,
lose
listen.
to Holyfield.
I
He
could
lost,
I could get over the
you
fact that Mike
know,
Tyson, he was dominant when he was young and he had the little 3 year reign before the all those problems and cuts down and all of that stuff. That's cool. What I'm saying is this.
All-time
When
greats
did
now.
Mike
I'm
Tyson
not.
fight where it's a memorable victory where we can say, wow, Mike Tyson beat one of the greats? For example, Ali beat George Foreman. George Foreman is renowned as one of the great all-time great heavyweights. So Ali
Well,
beat another great. That's why we say Ali is great.
well,
Who did
And
Mike
he beat
Tyson
well,
Joe
beat that
I'm
made
Frazier.
you
not
say great?
debating
That's
you
all I'm
not putting
saying.
that. I'm not debating you that not putting Tyson on your top 10. I'm debating the people that you do have on there over Mike that did
Yeah.
nothing no
But
more than
at the
Mike.
end of
Like
what I'm
they
saying is
didn't do
He
these
better
never.
than Mike. Their career was not
everybody
better.
that I have on here they
Their
beat another
skills were not better than
all-time
Mike.
great heavyweight. That's why
You know,
everybody I have on here beat another all-time great heavyweight is what I'm saying.
but not in their prime. Though Rocky
Right.
Marciano never
So
beat a top
okay,
heavyweight
I
in their
give you
prime.
you can take Rocky Marciano down, but then you could put up Ken Norton. I had Ken Norton as an alternate. Ken
Ken
Norton beat
Norton
Ali.
over Mike Tyson.
Ken Norton
Leonard.
beat Ali.
Ken Norton over Mike Tyson.
Ken Norton beat Ali.
I
Yeah,
don't care.
what? Yeah, but he
KJ.
You
had.
go,
He
Hey,
was
you
also a
KJ.
said
champion,
you
but he
said
never
you're
really
going
had a
about
title defense.
skills and everything combined. So you only going about who beat another top heavyweight. Like
Because
again,
at the end of the day,
Mike can't
let me
just
break
like
it
Mike.
down. Let me simplify it for you. At the end of the day, all of these men fight a bunch of tomato cans, then they fight the champs. So that means we have to judge greatness off of other greatness. We cannot look at, well, they beat this tomato can and that tomato can, well, they beat this contender. No. You are memorialized in sports based off what you did against another great rival. That's how it's always been. And it's not just boxing. It's basketball, football. What did you
And,
do against another great rival?
and I know
That's
all
what you're
that.
going to be remembered by. That's what
And I know
shows
all
your
that.
true greatness.
So I know all that. But there's a lot of people on your list that is definitely not greater than Mike. But I
Right.
respect
I
your
mean,
list.
if you
That's
say,
your,
I mean, if you say, if
every
you
a list
if you
is an
say
opinion.
Marciano, that's fine. That's
So
just that's a
so
lot of people they
a
hate on
list is an
Marciano, but yeah.
it's not, well, it's not
I
only
have a question. I have a
I
question.
say Rocky Marciano and Johnson, but the list is okay. I'm not, I probably wouldn't put Mike in my top five, but he will be in my top 10, not top
If
five.
you have me in top 10,
But
I'm not gonna argue too much. He's not in my top 10, but I understand why people have for real, for real. If you want to talk boxing like straight up money, you can still put Mike in the top five because his pay-per-views are some of the best of all
of
time.
course it
At the
was.
end of the day, this prize fighting.
Yeah,
Hey,
of
I
So
have a
course it was.
question. I have a
yeah.
question. Yeah, KJ. Those of you that say Mike Tyson, when he beat Larry Holmes, he got his revenge from Muhammad Ali. That was my favorite boxing stories of all time. But that's not the point. People are saying, well, Larry was out of his prime. Let's make the same argument. Who has Lennox Lewis beat that was in their prime? Nobody. No heavyweight champion. So
Yeah,
Only
because when he
thing,
came
only
into
thing
his
about
Lewis
that,
prime,
beat
all
he
only
the
thing
beat
guys were
about that is
old.
that Lennox was older than Tyson.
so
But
So look,
he
so I'm saying,
started
so I'm saying
fighting
when
damn
the
near
prime, I'm
five
saying the
years
he
prime
gave it
before.
up
argument,
to him.
the
Y'all
prime
don't see,
argument
y'all
has been
don't
thrown out.
understand wear and tear because maybe you fought. I fought for several years. So y'all don't understand wear and tear and being out of your prime is not only your age. If I start fighting at 18 and you come and you same age as me and you started fighting at 23, my prime is going to end before yours because I already been tussling with these heavyweights for 5 years before you got there. So my
I
prime,
understand
even
that,
though
but
you're 1 year older than me, my prime, it's possible that my prime can end before yours. So it's
I
not only
understand
the
that,
age
but
for
at
those
the end of
people who
the
keep saying, "Oh, he's
no,
older than Mike
I
Tyson."
feel you. I feel you, but at the end of the day, the earlier you start, the more experience you're gonna have. Number one, and number two, two of the all time greats, they both just in that are still fighting. One of them retired in Floyd Mayweather, but Canelo Alvarez, another all time great. Canelo
Bro,
went pro at
bro,
15.
but
Floyd
bro,
went pro at I think
as a fighter, you
17.
should know
These
heavyweight and
motherfuckers, they're
Bruh,
small
still
Mike
fighters
Tyson
are
was
dominant.
totally
They're
knocking
different.
still
Lennox Lewis
dominant
out.
now.
Heavyweights
Them
age
Brother,
motherfuckers,
differently.
brother,
they've been
brother,
disciplined.
you
They're
know
held to a whole
heavyweight is
different
totally different
standard.
from lightweights, middleweights, and well, we know that. So
Yep.
we ain't gonna even go there with that.
Look,
Heavyweight is
look.
much
If
harder
you
than
want to say that Mike Tyson lost because he wasn't in his prime, that's
no,
all
I'm
you
not
got to
saying
say.
Mike
But you don't
Tyson
have to
lost
make you
because
don't have to make up
Mike
these
Tyson
excuses.
destroyed Mike Tyson. We all know
Okay,
that.
but
Mike
I'm just
Yep.
Tyson
saying. At the
lifestyle,
end of the
the
day,
fight with
at the
Buster
end of the
Douglas. If you partied and had sex before you fight Buster, that's your problem. That
so
I
Mike
then,
never
so then,
gave
so
Mike
then
fought in
why
the
you trying to
sparring
say
session before the
then
excuse.
why you
fight,
trying to
before
say
that
something
night.
about his prime? It's
Yeah,
not
he
like
got
Mike Tyson just
yeah, he got
fell off
put
a
to the
cliff.
canvas
Mike
by
Tyson
Craig
was doing
Page.
drugs. Mike Tyson going to jail. Mike Tyson said it himself. I didn't train for
And I
this fight.
said that's
I
not
only
no
trained 2 weeks
excuse.
for this fight.
I said that's
So
no
the
excuse. I
prime
don't give him no
argument wasn't
excuse.
about his body having wear and tear. It was about his mind not being disciplined.
And yeah, you're right. But he still was fighting 5 years before Lennox Lewis, and he's 1 year younger. So
Yep.
his prime would end before Lewis. That's just that simple. The man was what he 1 year younger than Mike. I mean
Okay, check this out. How
Lewis,
old was
but he
Foreman
had a
when Foreman
world
fought
title
Ali?
before Lewis even won a gold medal. Come on,
That's
man. You
cool.
got
True.
And so did Ali was world champion at 22. Ali got
22.
kicked out of boxing for 3 years, had to come back out of
You're
shape.
not comparing
By the
him to
time he
Ali. I
fought
got
George
Ali
Foreman,
number
George Foreman
one.
was in his prime. Ali was out of his prime. Ali got the job done. That's the difference. That's what this live really is about. See, y'all
But
coming with
we're
all
not
these,
comparing him to
and
Ali.
some of it is not excuses. Some of it is just a reason. But
I,
at the
I
end of
got
the day, Ali was forced out of his prime. Then he came back in his early 30s and beat a man in his prime in George Foreman. Ali didn't say, well, I missed those 3 years because of Vietnam. That's why I lost. Or,
We don't
oh,
even know
and you
what
ain't know that
nobody
Ali.
Ali's
forget.
prime
Ali
was.
used to
Ali
be
is number
at
one in
some of
my
his worst
list.
fights.
You got him what 5'4", 5?
Huh?
I think that's
You said
crazy.
what? You said what?
Ali being 5, I think that's crazy. That's insanity.
You said
But that's
no. Ali
that's
isn't.
okay.
Isn't you said Ali been 5? What do you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, you mean
Ali
on the
being
list?
5 is insane.
Yeah, on your
The
list.
reason, the reason why Ali isn't like number one and nothing like that, bro, is because Ali, his style had all of these fucking flaws, and it made him lose fights that he shouldn't have lost. Also, Ali was. This is another reason why Ali better than Tyson. Ali wasn't disciplined either. So when
I'm
you
not.
talk
I'm
about
not.
Tyson like having sex and stuff, Ali used to have sex right before the fight with multiple women, but he would still find a way to win. But sometimes he would lose fights he wasn't supposed to lose because of
Well,
that not
you
being
can say
disciplined.
that because I got Ali above Tyson and everybody
I
else. So
agree.
I'm not. I'm not even here to say no Mike was over no
Uh,
Ali. So only thing I ever
If
said
you and
about
Ali
Mike
debate,
and
that's fine. I
Ali,
ain't gonna argue
as I
with you.
said
I just don't put Tyson top
at
10.
20, Mike would be the 20-year-old Ali in any 20-year-old
Who?
fight. I don't give a fuck
Who
who
you
it is.
think Mike would be?
At
Who?
20 years old, Mike would have beat
Man,
any
you
heavyweight, any and every.
Holyfield made
I
Mike
said
Tyson
at 20,
have a
at
breakdown.
20 years old,
Ali would have
20.
made Mike Tyson retire just like he did George Foreman. He had too many mind
Man,
games.
you
Mike
gotta be
Tyson was
crazy.
mentally
Who
weak.
was that? Igamar Johansson that knocked Ali ass out. If it wasn't for his
No,
coach,
Igamar
let
Ali
me
was
finish.
a damn kid
Not
playing
Igamar.
around with
What's his
Joe
name? The
Frazier.
dude from England.
Johansson.
Let me finish what I've got to say. Knocked
Go
his
ahead, say
ass
what you
out.
want to say.
What's his name? Cut his glove. So they had to change the glove. That gave Ali time to fucking
That wasn't
recover.
Igamar
If that
Johansson.
was
Ali
Mike,
never fought Johansson.
That was
over.
Henry Cooper.
Henry
You
Cooper.
talking about
Thank
Henry
you.
Cooper?
Thank you. Henry Cooper. Customato was a very smart
But
coach.
that was
Very
wait,
smart
that
coach.
was a custom model.
That
That was
wasn't
Angelo
No,
Customato.
Dundee.
I meant
That
to
was
say Dundee. Dundee. Yeah, Dundee.
yeah, Dundee.
Dundee was a very, very smart trainer. Very smart. He cut that motherfucker glove, so they had to change the glove. That gave him time to recover. If that was Mike, over. He would have been He would have been
You
done.
think so? What about when Sonny
I don't
Liston
think
put
so.
that shit in his glove and
Oh,
tried to make Ali
bro,
blind?
come
Sonny
on.
Liston hit hard just like Mike
Where
Tyson,
you
right?
where you from? Where
Ali
you from?
still won. That's the
Where you
difference.
from?
Ali won.
Where
They
you from?
cheated. Baltimore.
Okay, so you I don't know if y'all got all that information. That motherfucking mob set that shit up, bro. That shit.
No,
I'm
not
from
the
That
first
fight
fight.
over
Chicago.
and over.
Not the
Mob.
second fight. He fought
That
twice.
shit was
The
The
second
first
trash.
fight.
fight,
What about the first
Liston
fight?
cheated. He put stuff in
You're
Ali's
telling me
eye.
about the
Oh
conspiracy
yeah,
Ali
he
with
went
definitely
the
through.
did.
second
He
fight.
definitely cheated. He definitely
So
cheated. But
I'm saying,
there's no
so I'm
punch.
saying sometimes guys cheat in the ring and you still have to try to overcome it. Ali was able to overcome so much. Tyson wasn't.
As a fighter, you should know just because somebody might hit harder than you doesn't mean anything. Your delivery of your punch, your timing, your speed also counts with your power. And
That's
Sonny
fact.
Liston damn sure wasn't a better combination puncher. Definitely didn't set up his punches better than no Mike Tyson, bro. Stop
That's
that.
facts. That's facts.
Not even close.
But you
What
talking about
about
a
that?
fantasy matchup? I'm talking about what really occurred. This is what really occurred.
Well, none of us was
Like
there, so
Ali
we
was
know.
thrown in the
I
ringer
know
a
about
lot of
the
times, and
putting
most
shit
of the
on
time when you
God.
threw Ali in the ringer, he came out with the victory.
But
Not one time did
see,
Mike
you
Tyson
making the
go up
case
against
for
another
Ali being
all-time
number
great,
one.
and he came out with the victory.
You making
That's
more of
what
a
really
case for
occurred.
Ali
Y'all can
being
make up
number
all the
one.
reasons and excuses, but my phone is about to die, so I'm gonna get on my out of here.
All right,
Nick,
bro.
Don Judah,
Yo,
Levi, Colin, NBA 2K. I can't read the other name. I appreciate everybody coming up on the live, man. This is a great live. I learned some more stuff about Mike Tyson and his early career as well. So thanks for
yeah,
y'all coming up, giving y'all perspectives.
yeah.
If you have Mike Tyson in your top 10, I'm not going to argue with you because Mike Tyson, at the end of the day, was a phenomenal performer. And what he did on a pay per view will never be forgotten. The man's name still lives on in the all time record book to this day. So I'm not going to argue with you if you have him in your top 10. But me, nah, his ass got to be like 11 to 15. Hey, Don Judah, thank
That's
you for the boost,
cool. I
man.
think he'll take that too, because he know he fucked his career up. But peace,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, he messed up. Mike Tyson beat Mike Tyson. But peace, bro. Keep up the good
All right,
work,
man.
my
Y'all
man.
have a good
Yes,
day,
sir.
man. Hey,
You
Peace,
I'm
too,
y'all.
sorry
man.
about the Ravens, boy.
All right.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
bro.